So anyone who has dominion over you, when people say, "Oh, I have anxiety and I have stress," and which is a great, way to look at it. When you have anxiety and stress, you only have anxiety and stress because you have something of dominion over you that you're trying to meet the expectations to. Subconsciously, and now this is just basic science. Your consciousness is governed by conscious, unconscious, subconscious, and super subconscious. And then you have your peripherals, and then your and the way in which you dilate information through your eyes and the sounds and the things you hear. And then you take references based on frequency and energy and how you choose to relate based on what you were experiencing growing up as a child and your sojourn, right? When you are operating in the consciousness that your creator has the ability to destroy you, you subconsciously create what is called a replica marker in your subconscious mind. It means you replicate the energy. Now, that's something that most people don't talk about, is the replication. So they replicate energy, so then you become the very thing that you're afraid of. So you naturally start to take yourself apart. You start looking for ways to punish yourself. You start looking for ways to eventually either send you to heaven or send you to hell.
Yeah.
So you're living on what we call a scale of one day you might be in hell and one day you might be in heaven, and it's all consciously. And this is why people suffer, because people suffer because they dream suffering into manifestation.
Yeah.
The idea of what God ultimately wants for us is to be excellent dreamers. Because when you can dream greater than the what the world is wanting you to dream, which is the nightmare, the world wants you to have nightmare. That's why you have more scary movies out in Hollywood. You have more news putting out more things to keep you scared, because as long as your brain can perceive the world is falling apart, you are contributing to the world falling apart. But if you can dream greater than that which you see, that's power.
That's right.
Because spirit can't interact with you if you keep playing in taking the energies of those lies and trying to fight and argue for them. Because that's what people do. Someone who chooses to be imprisoned within themselves, you can give them the key and they won't take the key to open the door because they want to be right and justify the fact that they're imprisoned. Because human beings love to be righteous about the things that actually aren't worth supporting. The understanding and the ecology of human dynamics and recognizing how that plays out on the spiritual plane, on the emotional plane, how it connects with our intellect and how we think and provide words and dialogue, communication, how we perceive information, and the level of perception in which we're capable of perceiving, all are dialed in to the different functionings of each individual selectively based on their upbringing, their social environment, the different things they were exposed to, and not trying to put it into one box,
Right.
but seeing each person as their own universe, their own beautiful landscape and design that's created for the sake of being here at this time, where there will only be one of them, right? So as a shaman, it's important for me to remove judgment from the understanding of human development and be able to look at it from the spiritual, but also looking at the multidimensional layers of life instead of just looking at what I see, what most people look at, which is face value. We live on a planet that basically wants to have dominion over things for the sake of power
And control,
right?
yeah.
So in shamanism, we look at and understand that whatever God you believe in, then you are held to those energies. So in religion, the God is based in duality, right? In shamanism, we say anything that's in duality creates chaos. Because duality is the exchange of you do this or you're punished, or you do this or you're rewarded.
You get this, right.
Right? Now, if you look at the human dynamics of how we develop as children on this planet, a child that comes to earth has already divine wisdom within them. that has already been given to them, that has already been set up by the beings of light, of love and consciousness and divine spirit, by creation and God, to bring that knowledge forth, right? But then they come into a world that's been set up on a plan that says, you do as I say you do, you believe what I say you believe, and if you don't, I take away love from you. To see you clearly and be able to show you the places where you're not evolving.
Right.
And a lot of times people interpret spirituality as a thing that they have to do because they feel that it makes them spiritual. But spirituality means evolution.
I'm so glad you said that, because to me, spirituality means like the discovery of my truest self.
Mm-hmm. Or the truest self, let's add to that. It's not your truest self, because there is no such thing. It is the self that is willing to stay in evolution.
Gotcha.
Right?